son's name was Dean Ethan, his second name, and he was 3.5 when he passed away in 2002, and it's been quite a journey since then. Well, Dean was fine till day 2 of his very early days, and then he started presenting with seizures all of a sudden at the hospital, and we were called in to talk to the doctors, and they were going to do lots of tests. They thought it might be sugar problems, glucose, or some kind of low sugar, but actually they found out through scanning his head that there was a slow bleed that was happening in his brain, left side of his brain, and had to be operated on immediately. So he had a very traumatic start to his existence. Dean was a full-term baby, and there were no signs of stress or anything during ultrasounds or anything. They didn't pick up any slow bleeds that they said probably was occurring before he was born. But because it was so slow moving, they didn't pick up anything. Well, they just found a massive bleed on the left side of his brain, and they said he might survive this all. It was a 7-hour operation that he had. So we were all on tenterhooks, as you could imagine, and just in shock that we were told that this operation there was no other alternative except to lose him, and the only chance of survival was to try this operation, which was a success in the terms that he survived this big ordeal, but they couldn't tell us for sure what effect it would have on his walking and talking later down the track, which didn't turn out to be a great thing. As he got older, we realised that he wasn't able to talk or walk, and he was loosely diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Doctors were actually quite surprised that he actually survived this huge operation, and that he did live as long as he did when we talked to them later after he passed away, because such an operation had huge risks, so he really pulled through more than anyone had expected. We were monitoring his progress every day. He did have seizures from time to time, not major seizures, but enough to scare us, and he wasn't able to walk or talk, and that was also very difficult to see that he wasn't developing as a normal kid would. So that was very hard to come to terms with. Yeah. I would say it's a step-by-step process. You might be going well for a couple of days, and you might just fall again into a trough, and then pick yourself up and keep going again. Every day is very different, and you've just got to try and keep an open mind and realise that not every day is going to go as easily as you think. Some days you might not even dwell on your son's or daughter's passing. Other days it'll consume you, and there's nothing else that you can get out of your head. So it's really a day-to-day, even an hour-to-hour proposition, and there might be triggers, that memories, triggers, or someone that might look like your child, that I know that happened to me, that bring back all these memories and sadness of Dean's passing. But to expect these things, to realise that they are going to be always around triggers, like someone that might look like your child, or someone that talks about your child and then brings back a lot of feelings, good and bad, and that's to be expected. And anniversaries and birthdays and any moments of special times with your family and of your child can really change your whole direction, good and bad. But just to have an open mind, keep busy and distracted as well. Spend time with people that you really want to spend time with, that really want to talk to you and are happy to share your sad and happy times together. Well, I don't know if you'd call it hope, but I'd call it a changing of intensity. I mean, you'll never be able to replace your child, but the intensity definitely goes. It's not consuming now 8 years on as it was the first 2 or 3 years. First 2 or 3 years, I felt like I was going through a big tunnel, dark tunnel, and there was nothing really that seemed to change my mind about anything. But as I moved through the tunnel, there were some nice distractions and good friends and good family members that helped me and gave me a different perspective of life, and being able to help other families through charity work and community work has really opened a lot of different avenues and doors and helped me through it. And the intensity, as I said, has moved into other directions. I don't think anyone should do it alone, and there are unfortunately other families that have gone through different tragedies, different stories, but are united in the fact that they understand you, you can understand them, and they've got a lot of empathy for you. And I think it's best to go and seek support groups, new friends, and organisations that really know what you and understand what you're going through. No one should be alone to have to face such intense feelings on their own. I don't think it's healthy to bottle it up, and it's not healthy to not talk about it either.